Here's what I was saying though about the feelings thing is that for me, I look at it like you become bigger than what you feel. What you represent is bigger than your feelings. So like
but I think the two things can coexist.
I know you do, and I think that's a great conversation we're gonna have, because for me, I'm looking at it saying, for Jay-Z, let's even talk about Jay. Like for Jay, when he just came out and done that freestyle.
And I had a big problem with everybody who had a big problem with Jay-Z coming to Philly for the Roots picnic, dressed like Bone Thugs and Harmony with his afro. I kind of appreciated the twist because it was a new look for Mr. Carter. I didn't have an issue with that. And I'm not the biggest of Jay-Z fans. I'm a much bigger Beyonce fan. But what's wrong with this brother who has accomplished what he's accomplished in his life, being humble enough to agree to do this concert? He brought out many of the Philly legends on the stage when he was there. He saluted the city, right? He came dressed in his, in his hood gear, you know what I'm saying? Different look, black cargo, black shades, afro. He wanted a different look, Loon. I didn't see nothing wrong with it, and everybody just tried to down and destroy him.
He's dealing with the narrative because of his issues with Drake. We'll get to that in a second. That's involving Kendrick with the Super Bowl and all of that.
But what that got to do with how he presented himself on stage?
So I'm telling you why he's dealing with the narrative online. We're dealing with how he presented himself on stage. I'm telling you that a lot of what you're seeing online is manufactured. And it's manufactured because, I'm even giving you the backdrop, because of the Drake issue. So the people who have... so the issue he has with Drake is funding, and not financially, but just spiritually, is funding a war with narratives on Jay-Z as he's trying to come out and celebrate 25 years of this and 30 years of Reasonable Doubt.
When are his New York concerts?
They're coming up July, right? So I expect him to do another.
Not the 4th of July, or is it?
I'm not sure. But here's what only issue I had with what Jay done at the Roots picnic. I agree with everything you said. I stand with what he done. And I also like the freestyle. The only thing is, it goes back to what I just said. He came out and gave a bunch of feelings. He didn't give marching orders. What I'm used to seeing Jay-Z do. What I'm used to seeing him do, though, even when he does it other times, he'll come out and they only giving you 20% of the masters, and he'll come out and giving something to the culture.
He should have gave as much game
instead of coming out with your feelings, and that's what I'm telling you.
Now, what's wrong with him coming out with his feelings, though?
To me, it is because you don't speak enough. Hip-hop artists do it all the time, but he don't speak a lot. His voice is powerful enough that when he comes out, we expecting him. He is the person that's going to collect the Infinity Stones. When he finally comes out, we are expecting him to give. As far as we can go.
Why can't he do that in New York City at the upcoming shows?
That'll be assuming the unknown.
I don't think nobody should have to deny their voice, because when you are where you are, I'm the Jay-Z of black consciousness, right? And you gotta ignore a lot of stuff, because people always throwing shots at you just to get their name out there.
But if you like Cheyenne Bryant, but she's a fraud, you have to say, like you said with Kevin, if I like Kevin Hart, but he's wrong, because I'm Dr. Umar in this position, I got to get at Kevin Hart. Yes. So I'm saying the same for Jay, but saying, because you're Jay, when you come out and speak, because you don't speak much, it's imperative that you change the narrative and not give us your feelings, because you come out and give us a whole bunch of...
But why did it have... I agree with you, but why did he have to do it there, though?
Well, assuming he doesn't talk a lot. I assume that the pattern he's been on is the pattern he's gonna be on, where he talks once a year, twice a year. He doesn't give you a lot. So I'm saying,
what I got from him on that stage, and I wasn't there, I don't go to concerts, but what I got from him on that stage was, it felt good to be back up here. Philly has always been a big Jay-Z city. It's good being around my real people. Yeah. And I'm just going to have some fun, and I'm going to wear something different. I'm going to do I just think
You think it's fun for him to come out and say, yo, them shots came from the top of the government. I got Magna Republicans. They trying to, like, he's trying to tell you what he going through. This is the first time I've seen him come out and tell you a bunch of what I'm feeling. He'll usually come out and, yo, I'm dealing with Spotify. I'm just bought Tidal, and with competition with Apple, they trying to, like, it'll always be that level of game.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it.
You liked it. Did you appreciate it?
I appreciated him being him Because we don't always get, when you are at the top of your food chain, you don't always get a moment to just be you. Let me give you an example of what I mean. I was in London one time, London, England, and I was in a room with some of the brothers and sisters who brought me over there. And somebody pulled out some red wine. And I don't drink, but I love sweet red, right? So I said, is that sweet red? And they said, Dr. Umar, you don't drink? I said, I know, but I like sweet red. I drank a glass of sweet red. And the sister in the room, I don't know if we could have been in Birmingham. I think we was in London, but we could have been in Birmingham. And the sister said something to the effect of, there you go being a hypocrite, drinking alcohol. And Loon, I played it off, but you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to toss the shit and just go home.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because it's like, I'm dealing with a lot in my life that y'all don't even know about. I had to sacrifice to get on that plane to even fly over here. You follow what I'm saying? There's a lot I got. And I'm having a moment of peace and fun, and you just fucked it up because you wanted to judge me.
Even in this moment.
Even in this moment in private, having a glass of red wine.
And you know what? I sympathize with you on that. I do also think that that's a false parallel to what Jay is doing, because this is a public outing. This is me coming out to speak. I don't speak a lot. I just think you got a responsibility.
Are you denying him his humanity though?
No, I'm not. Not when we talk about rap music. Like, you can feel how you want to feel. Again, sometimes it's past what I feel. I mean so much to the culture. I got to give something to the culture when I come out.
I could agree with you if you said he should have done both.
Yeah, no, he can do both, but I think he should have led.
He should have led with something else.
Yes,
I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't deny him the right to speak to his pain and perception.
And I definitely want to say that. Let me not do that, because I get it. I'm human as well. I know you. We go through things, and so sometimes we got to get that out some kind of way, right? He took that opportunity to do so. I just think when he does that, it fuels and funds that war that he's in with Drake. On that narrative perspective, you had those gentlemen said he's coming off unhinged. I'm saying unhinged, like he's just up there responding to all the shit that's going on. Now, here's a question I have for you. Do you think Jay-Z, being in the position he is in hip hop culture, do you think that he has Republicans and his beef has risen to the level of government interference?
I believe it can. I believe it can. First of all, two things white people don't like. Black people who have more self-belief than they do, higher confidence, right? And they don't like black people who have more confidence than them. That's why they hated Marcus Garvey. And they don't like black people who have more money than them. That's why they hate Bill Cosby, right? Jay-Z may very well have more confidence than the average Caucasian. And he definitely has more capital, right? They don't like that. They don't like that. The only good billionaire to a white person is one they absolutely control.
But I thought you said they control Jay.
I believe they do.
So if they,
however, is he trying to exercise some autonomy within the cage they built for him? You follow me? In other words, if we look at him versus a Kevin Hart is saying, I'm in a cage. And I ain't trying to exercise no autonomy. You follow me? I'm going to do whatever these crackers tell me to do. That's Kevin Hart, right? That's not what he said, but that's what we see. I've never seen Jay-Z take that position yet. I could see him trying to exercise a little bit of autonomy within the prison the music industry has created for him. I mean, let's be honest. He knows what happened to Mike. He knows what happened to Prince. He knows what happened to Whitney Houston. He probably knows what happened to Jimi Hendrix. You follow me? He ain't no dummy. So I got to give him a little bit of room to do what he does because he's at the top of that food chain. He's the richest musician living in the world.
Speaking about Mike, did you see the Netflix doc?